was gonna go live yesterday and I didn't, so now I'm recording this and it's gonna be a YouTube video, so then now you will be able to see me do 3 or 4 arrangements to send. I don't know how long that's gonna be, but I'm gonna do it fast. I gathered these yesterday and kept them in water last night, so this is what I'm gonna use, and hopefully I can get 1, 2, 3 arrangements out of this bunch. All right, I don't have my floral snips. I lost them. I'll find them later. So these are a dull pair of orange handle scissors that everybody has in their drawer. Y'all know zinnias are my favorite. If you don't, then I take lots of pictures of zinnias. I sprouted these. Some of them are from last year, reseeded, and then some are seeds from Blakely Feed and Seed in Blakely. Okay, so here we go. We got 3 different looking arrangements. I have got a blue mason jar, and then I've got this little thing that looks like a test tube, a bunch of test tubes, which they're gonna be really easy. So I'm gonna save that for last. But what I also have is a vase. If you're lucky enough to have one of these are antique or vintage. What they're called is frogs, and this is a great way to cheat. You can find these at thrift stores, antique stores, in your grandmama's attic or wherever. I have several of these, and these are the actual kind that fit on top of your vase. So I'm gonna sit this right here. This is a smaller one. I don't think I'm gonna do this blue and white today, but it would fit just perfect right here if I have enough flowers. Okay, for the weekend, I like fresh cuts. All I'm gonna do here is trim. Make sure you're pulling the leaves off, because when the leaves get down in the water, it causes it to get real murky, and your flower life is not going to be as long. Now, I was walking this morning and I grabbed this out of the woods, but this is just green filler. It's kind of droopy, but I just wanted you to see what it might look like. I'm going to go ahead and stick it over here in this mason jar because I think it's going to be better there. I'm going to fill this up with flowers. There's not much to do when you have a frog except fill in. So I'm just, if you can see, there's probably about 20 holes, and the frog holds the flowers in place. So, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, y'all. I don't know. I mean, this was a deal back in the day. My grandmother had lots of them. My mom had them stuffed everywhere. So it just makes for a really easy arrangement, and you don't really have to think. I like to put some height in mine, so what I'm gonna do, these are Mexican petunias, and I actually got these from my mother-in-law, she and I were in Blakely at her sister Sarah's house when Sarah was in the nursing home, and we dug these up, and they are all over my flower beds now. I mean, and I just started with like 2 or 3 different little ones. This is Rebecca or Black Eyed Susan, which I love this. It comes back every year. Filling in with my zinnias. This one's kind of droopy. He's gonna fall over, so I'm not gonna use him. Let's do some more Mexican petunia. I'm gonna turn you around here, buddy. That stem's too big. That's another thing. When you're using the frogs, your stems might be too big for the little holes, so you have to be careful with that. I'm not seeing another one, so I'm gonna just keep filling in with the zinnias because I like them. I love them, and they last. If you keep water in this vase, they will last at least a week. Whenever I go to the lake or whenever I go to the beach, wherever I'm going, I'm always taking a mason jar of fresh cut flowers so that it can sit on the bar in the kitchen or on the dining room table. It just kind of makes me happy to see them. That's just what I like to do. All right, so you can see this coming together. But this one's a little tall, so I'm gonna cut it a little bit. And I'm probably gonna end up putting this on the dining room table for the weekend and then maybe take it to church, who knows? Who knows? Here comes Tony, he's got my shoe, okay? Now, I think I've got this all filled in. And you can see the flowers are generous. I'm going to take those leaves off because I don't want them getting down into the water. And when I need to go and add water, I just lift the frog up, pour the water in, and it sits right back down there. Nice. Okay, let's turn this so it's not coming out too much. I might take a little bit off of that. Okay, there we go. Oh, I love the way that falls down and droops over. That's number one. Here we go with number two. Now I'm running out of zinnias, y'all. I knew that might happen. So I probably won't have time for that. But let's just go with it. So I'm gonna take some more of my greenery, and it is kind of wilty because I walked through the woods for about 45 minutes holding it in my hand. And so it didn't get, usually when I cut these flowers, I put them right in water, okay? And this is just great greenery filler. If they don't even have blooms on it, they can be just good filler. Okay, let's see, here we go. All right, there we go. And these blooms that are showing now of the purple petunia, Mexican petunia, they actually bloomed last night. The old blooms fell off, but this morning they had all bloomed again. These are new blooms, so I'll see how long they last. I'm gonna take a little bit off this. Don't try to make it perfect. Remember, this is just carefree arranging for the weekend or for your house. Just make sure, now y'all can see this is, see I got a lot of foliage down in here, but I'm being really fast. If you look at this one, I don't have any foliage in here because I cut all the leaves off. This one, he sees something. Okay, that's enough. And so now I'm just filling him up with my zinnias. Give it a little pop of color. And now I'll go back and take those leaves off the bottom. Okay, we got 2 arrangements. I got probably 2 dozen zinnias, maybe. All different heights. This is just stuffed down in a mason jar. I had blue. And then here we go. Let's use this as some foliage. And then that will sit on my bar. And this one will go on the dining room table. So we got 2 in one swoop. So all you have to do once you got your zinnias grown is just trim them up and grab you some greenery and stuff them in. But if you can get your hands on one of these frogs, you see it? I don't know if you can see it up close, but this is the ticket for ease and no think arranging. Okay, y'all have a great day. Have a great weekend, and I'll